Hello and welcome, my friends, back to the Gnome Hangout, where I'm your gnome, and thank you for hanging out with me. Today, we are playing Age of War. God, just the sound of this brings back memories. This is a game I used to play the ever-living heck out of, in the age where Addicting Games... Man, like... I'm sorry, I'm a little on the frazzled side. A lot of weird feelings. So back when the internet came from a cord in the wall, and we had a family computer, and monitors were thick with 2Cs, I played this game a lot. Like, a lot. I just thought it was so fascinating. Like, you queuing up your guys, you can add turrets and turret spaces and evolve and call on special stuff. Like, for the caveman era, it's a volcano. And, like, this song alone, absolute banger, for sure. But, how much for turret space? I don't want turrets, I want the turrets. 1,000. Because you have the spear guy. So I have like my own formula for this. The spear guy leads because he can take a lot, and then follow him up with people that do. Oh gosh. So he's got the big guns out. And turrets are really unfair the whole way through this. So we're gonna wait for them to get nice and close, and then just rain fiery death at them. We need to 4,000. So like, there's this and Boxhead the Zombie Wars. I think were two of my favorites. Oh, the dude already... Oh, he evolved already. So he has knights where I'm still sending cavemen out. Truth be told, in reality, there's a few steps between the two. But, don't worry about it. Now, I can evolve too. And I like flaming arrows more. So what we're going to do is this, and then this. Send my big stuff and clear the field for him to just charge ahead. Another, the guy leads with stabbing, followed by shooting. So it does extra work on the outset. But yeah. Since I was a kid, I played this game a ton. So I recently played Feeding Frenzy, which is another game I played as a kid. That, and then I learned about Matt Pat's retirement from YouTube. So I went and watched that video. So I'm just kind of in a weird space, and just that combination of things, generally things, had me wanting to explore some of the games I used to play a lot. Just in a kind of a nostalgia, I guess, way. It just has me reflecting. So, one of the things that I've been thinking about, like, this channel is really new, exceptionally new. It was launched this year, and it isn't my first attempt to make something generally, but, it's the first that looks like it's almost bordering sustainable. He evolved already? I can too, it's fine. We're keeping up, we're keeping pace. Everything's expensive, but we can do it. It's the same principle. Big guy followed by shoosty guys. However, this special cannot save us. The other ones rain heck. This one gives your guys protection, which really isn't that much. Like I can bless them, so they can take less damage, but it really doesn't do a lot. What you want to do is do that when it gets right at their door, so they can survive the onslaught. Man, he's just building turret spaces like crazy over there. What's it take? 45,000. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. $45,000. So I don't know. I don't think I've mentioned it before. The whole reason I have this channel is because I was fascinated by the concept of Let's Playing since I first learned it was a thing when I was like in middle school. Oh, scrolling screws with the screen thing. Sorry. My things. Blessed be. Come on, guys. This is not a good position to be in. We can do it. We're good. These guys are much more expensive, but they should help me out a little bit. The whole point of this channel was because I've been fascinated by the concept of a Let's Play ever since I learned about it as a concept. And now that I have an adult job with adult money, I decided I want to learn how this works. This thing I've always been interested in. How does it actually work when you go into it? When you set it up, what does it take? What does it look like? What software do you need? How does it actually work? I'm someone that loves to learn. So, before I got my desk job where I'm at now, where do I start a story? Where do I even begin? 2000, okay. We're just going to send a ton of these. Tank at the end. And follow up with some of these guys. So, a little bit of background. Oh no! Don't freeze. Oh no. I still, oh no. Oh god. That's fine. It'll do that. We're gonna refresh the page. Please hold. Alright, take two. Welcome back, friends. Yeah, so where was I? Backstory. So, I love to learn. My whole life, I've loved to learn. As a little kid, I loved watching documentaries. I still love watching documentaries. I have a subscription to, Curiosity Stream that I watch occasionally. I don't have as much time as I used to, but, I love just learning how things work, why things work, why they are what they are, about like ocean currents, about space, about biology, history. I originally wanted to get into education because, like, one of the best things about learning is sharing things with people, you know, showing off what you learn. Not showing off, that's the bad word. Bad way of phrasing it. But, taking what you learned and showing it to others, helping them learn, but also just sharing the wonder of this world of ours. Because the world is fascinating. We live in such an interesting place. So I was in community college to be an education major, then had some trouble. I did not like the professor that was in charge of it, and we just didn't get along, and I decided I didn't really need an education degree to teach at the high school level, which is what I was gonna do. If you specialized in your own, what you were gonna teach, it was like better. 4,000. Or it worked equally well, I should say, not necessarily better. So I majored in just general studies to get my associates, and then applied to college, as both an ecology major and history major, because those were the two I wanted to pursue. I wanted to do biology, ecology, or history, and I got accepted to university under the history program, where I studied the primarily the long 19th century, but more broadly, I'm pretty good with the age of exploration to about World War I, Cold War, with, you know, some fun trivia and backgrounds that go back and forth between the two. So like some Rome, ancient world stuff. Oh gosh. And so my goal at the time, when I finished my degree, was take like a little bit of a break. Just like, I graduated in spring, just finish up like the rest of the year, just chill, and at the end of the year, apply for grad school. That was the intent. But then COVID happened and shut down all the programs I was looking at, so I had nothing going for me other than my retail job, which had me losing my good gosh darn mind. Retail's really soul-sucking and a bad time, and then during COVID, and then supply chain shortages, and just it just wasn't fun. Oh, I should have done the arrows first. It's fine. This wasn't fun. So I'm a bit out of practice. I think one day I want to go back to grad school. I don't think I'm going to be a professor anymore, but I've always had this lifelong goal of getting a PhD. Just kind of to have one. I think it's exciting. I think it's fun and interesting. And, you know, it still might be a life goal. But, not to the same degree it was going to be. But I love to learn. I love learning how and why things work. And I've been fascinated with Let's Play for, like, forever. Like, since I was, like, in middle school when I first learned it was a thing that could happen. I started watching Game Grumps then. Jacksepticeye I got into a little bit later. And then Markiplier a little bit after Jacksepticeye, actually. Oddly enough, I know I started this with, like, I was listening, or, oh gosh, I might be dead. I know I started this with saying like I'm kind of weirded out by watching Matt Pat's retirement from YouTube, but like I never watched Matt Pat that much. I didn't like. I respect him as a person. It's just sometimes his theories make some reaches. He does some reaching that I get frustrated with, so I end up like arguing with the TV. Like, no, that's not. I don't have a specific example in mind. Wait, 45 almost. SOS, SOS. But yeah, so this is. So even before any of this, going back and forth between things, I'm really bad at linear storytelling because I'm doing this. So real talk, I am playing a game, watching all my things, all the levels to see how they're recording and coming across, making sure the audio is still working, checking my timer, all these things. Oh, stop stabbing my base. Okay. That's why sometimes my brain will get distracted. I'll notice like the audio is looking weird, and it's like, oh my god, is it going to crash? Please don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. Which is a fear I have. I don't know how founded or not it is, but it's a fear I have. So an earlier iteration, an earlier project, I had a TikTok. I still have it. I just am not active necessarily. Where the purpose of it is educational, like research topics I'm interested in, an excuse to talk about topics and nerd out and stuff. The problem is, when I was working retail, I didn't really have the time, or was physically exhausted. And then now that I have a desk job that takes my focus the whole day long, I don't have the mental energy to marathon a book and take notes the whole time and present like a thought out response, or like I don't have the time to sit and research, like not the time. Well, I don't have the time either, really. Like a 9 to 5 takes up like way more of your week than you think it does. Hold on. Space laser. But my job has me using my whole brain my entire shift. So once I'm done work, my brain just kind of jettisons itself out of my noggin. So like, I don't get to do the reading and research and things I would like to do. So the whole point of that TikTok I was making was to keep my brain fresh and sharp, and find like a more specific topic to pursue going back into grad school, to have something lined up that I'm trying to research for grad school. That was the purpose of that TikTok. That's what it was supposed to be there for. Do one of these, because these do a lot of work. But Let's Playing, it still is very active, don't get me wrong. It does take a lot of focus and some work, especially editing. Oh, so that's the other thing. I have difficulty with just practice this, learn this one thing as part. It helps my brain to have a project that I'm working on that requires this thing, this skill that I'm trying to develop. So like, I wanted to learn how to edit, work on an, well, yeah, just generally learn how to edit on a computer. It was initially for the TikTok, my educational TikTok, so that I could put together skits, put together educational bits, and edit them together. Edit something that's higher quality, higher production, because I like proved to myself I could make the thing I wanted. It just came down to improving quality to keep it going. So I started looking at ways to improve my quality. Learning to edit. And I was initially going to assist my sibling and friends with a Magic the Gathering YouTube channel. And then it didn't materialize. But I learned all the skills needed for that. And decided I know how to do this roughly, so why not just do it, me, myself, and I. Also, that's the thing. You see how these turrets are killing all their people and I don't have to lift a finger, and it's also a couple stray shots hitting them. I think all this health damage they're taking is stray shots from my turrets. So like, turrets are like the meta in this, for sure. But yeah, I learned how to do all the things, so I did it for me. I'm a gnome because enough people said I looked like a gnome in my life. I decided, you know what, let's just roll with that. I don't mind gnome. Gnome's wholesome. I did spend a lot of time thinking of like branding and how I wanted to be perceived, how I wanted to be called, what I want to be. Because, I mean, how you want to be perceived and like brand sounds icky and isn't really the reality of it. It's who you brand yourself as is kind of who you want to be. And who do you want to be? Like, I'm not competitive, I'm not edgy, I'm not trying to be a speed runner. So what am I trying to do? What am I trying to be? And you know, I just wanted to hang out. I wanted something where I can hang out, I can invite my friends to hang out and play a game, play a couple of games. I've been in talks with a few of my friends about at least hanging out over Discord and playing a game together for this Let's Play. And they seem enthusiastic. We'll see if it actually comes to fruition, and there's some bits on the technical side and the audio coming through and how it all edits together. But I wanted a place that was fun and chill and just a nice hangout, where I want you guys to hang out with me. Yeah, just chill vibes. I know what's happening right now isn't exciting. I just kind of spaced it slightly. 150,000. So you could honestly win like this with either these stray bullets doing the damage, or he sends out enough troops that all just die that he runs out of money and you win. That's not exciting. We're going to send 4 super soldiers. Super soldiers are these guys. crazy White Knight looking guys. But the problem is that turret, like the turrets, like I said, are the meta. They just wreck shop. Those super expensive things don't even get to do anything. They sent 4 of those and they got nowhere because of that one turret. My 4 make it so you can't touch me. There's no higher evolve than this. We're at the space age. I don't know. There's a lot I really want to do, and it's just, it comes down to finding time and how to utilize your time. When your brain is fried from a rough day of trying to coordinate a bunch of complicated things in a short amount of time, it can be hard to sit down and read, sit down and write, sit down and script, especially because my whole day is sitting. I've been trying to make time to go for walks and go to the gym and exercise because I was working retail full-time. I was a supervisor in retail for the last 2 years when I was there. My Wednesdays were like 11-hour shifts. I would go in... I can only afford one of those. I'd go in around 4 in the morning and leave about 3 in the afternoon. Because that's when we got our weekly inventory in. And then went from that so they'd unload the product in pallets, in totes stacked really tall on pallets into the store, and my job would be breaking down the stuff, stacking the pallets, and putting product away, which was incredibly physical. Like if you have a bin entirely full of detergent, that's heavy. And I just carry it across the store, make a stack of pallets that were like some days 10 high, some days more depending on the season, especially close to Christmas season where we got a ton in. So it was super physical, all on my feet all day long, to desk job where it's sitting and staring point blank at a computer the whole day long, which is rough. It's a rough transition, man. Hey, I won. You know what? For science, let's do impossible difficulty. We're already doomed, but let's see what happens. But there's so much I want to do with this channel, with projects. Jack him up. At some point I want to do writing. At some point I want to get better at scripting and doing something scripted. I do really... Oh god, I'm dead. He's sending out guys faster than I can deal with them. The volcano doesn't go that far over. I'm doomed. Yeah, impossible is actually impossible. And you don't go up as quick. Good gosh. Alright. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna alternate them a little bit, so they're shooting between the clubbing. This is not... this is hard. This is definitely a lot harder. Yeah, they hit harder than we do. He's already evolved? Oh my god. Alright. I think we just have to spam out the clubs for a little bit, but that's not really survival. Come on, just take the... That didn't do anything. You just need to buy a little bit of time. Once that hits 4,000, we're good. Oh, God. Ha 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 ha! God, the raining arrows just really saves your butt. Surprised the wad of cavemen are doing so well. Let's alternate these guys a little bit and see what happens. One meat shield and one shooting guy behind him, you know? Rain arrows at them. And we're frozen again. That's marvelous. Alright. I think we'll end this one here. I did more rambling than I intended, but it's just, that's the mood of things. One of the things I was thinking about doing is quote-unquote Minecraft and meditations. Not like meditating as in like actually like New Age meditations, but more so, you know, Marcus Aurelius meditations, like the shower thoughts, or just play Minecraft and just kind of mental barf. Not just that, but like the heart to heart, like talking with you guys, talking like life, talking about projects, thoughts, ideas, rambles as well. But I think it's a fun idea. I think it's fun. We'll see when we get there, because Minecraft is also kind of loaded for me as well. But for now, thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. Thank you if you stuck around through my crazy rambles that were completely disorganized, and I'm not sure went anywhere. But, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.